Hi everyone, I just wanted to show you this game. Like I promised, I will show you every single game that I play. So I played against Thomas Vogt. He's 2100 in FIDE at least. It's actually a bit weird. I hope you can see this. Yeah, you can. So this is me. This is round 4, and I played against Thomas Vogt. Like I mentioned before. I had 2 out of 3 points, so that's kind of okay in the beginning. I drew the first game, got a bye, so that's half a point for the second game, and won the third game. And now I played on board 4 basically, although there's a bunch of people with 2 points. This is the standings here. I was 8th. My opponent here this is the weird part, that he has actually 1870 German rating, so I don't know what to make of it, but yeah, I just have to play chess, so let's get to it. I didn't enter the moves yet, but I actually have analyzed it before, so yeah, don't worry, I won't make up stuff as we go along. I played d4, just fix this a bit, d4, d5, c4, c6, so this is the Slav. I start with knight c3, knight f6, and after knight f3 the main line is to stay in the Slav, d takes c4. The computer evaluation, yeah, just ignore it, this is all the opening theory. And here the main line is a4, but I didn't play that, I played e4. This is also this is kind of a famous gambit, although it's not really played at top level. It's okay. You need to know it as black if you're gonna play the Slav. Some weirdos play it, not too common. It's not bad. It's not amazing either. So e4, he obviously attacks the pawn, so he needs to protect it. He just oops. Well, just go to make the move. Okay, b5. And now the idea is to play e5 immediately, harassing the knight. Of course, knight d5 is normal, and now a4. Again, some kind of a pressure here. The pawn, the knight, the bishop on c4, the knight attacking d5, such things. And yeah, and you have these nice pawns here, right? So sometimes you'll be able to attack somehow on the king side, but it's not very obvious whether or not this is enough for a pawn. The computer doesn't think so, but again, I don't know how to turn off the computer evaluation, but let's just go on. So he played bishop f5, which is actually, oops, it's actually a rare move. It's been played before. And this is actually not such a good move, although you can't really punish it. White has a very good score in the database with it. If you just take on b5, this is the main line, take on b5, knight b4, this is the idea of the bishop stuff, the knight and the bishop attack c2, and actually you can't defend it, but you can actually just play bishop takes c4, and after this, check, knight a1, and now I think the idea was queen a4, okay, queen a4, and now it's some kind of a big messy position, which I think, as far as I could see, was good for white. So it's actually a fun thing to analyze. If we go a bit down, this has been played, you see, still a few times. Not amazing players, of course, much better than either of us, but not like grandmasters. But again, this variation itself is not so common, and you can see white, yeah, won 3 times, 1 draw, 1 loss. So it's good, kind of good for white, but yeah, it's hard to say. If we go back one move, I think it's still the same. Yeah. So Yeah, it's a cool idea. I should have maybe gone for it. I've seen that knight b4 is coming, but maybe I didn't really realize that I can offer this rook, or well, it's gonna be just an exchange. Okay, so I didn't play this. Bishop f5. I took the other thing. I took the knight, and okay, let me just fix this. Is it fixed? Okay, you see the computer evaluation. That's not really the point. So I think it was like this. Um, okay, I think that was it. Okay, sorry about the layout stuff. Bishop f5. I took the other thing. I took the knight, which is not the best move, although it's not bad either. Still, queen takes d5, and now I kind of thought I need to do something quickly. So I figured, oh wait, I've got an idea. I'm gonna move. No. Mhm. So obviously one of the issues here is what do you do with this bishop, right? So I thought I would do this. I don't know why it doesn't do the highlights, but okay. Bishop e2. I think it's my browser. And now I think probably the best move for him is bishop e4. How do you do this notation? I think from here. Um, Promote. Yes. Okay. So bishop e2. Now you can see that the computer is skeptical about this whole thing, but it's not a bad thing. Bishop e2. Now he played the normal looking move e6. And now I thought I would do something strong here, namely knight g5, with the idea of bishop f3. Now, actually, you can probably see that the computer isn't very happy with this, but maybe not. You don't see why not. So let me show you first what he did, which kind of proved helped my case. He played b4. This is not a very good move. So actually, after this, I could play bishop f3. Yeah, I don't believe that. It's not that strong. Yeah, bishop f3. Um, Queen d7, and now knight e4, and suddenly I have a very fine position. For a pawn, it's all fine. I have kind of free development. I have kind of places for all my pieces. These are all fine pieces. I mean, the bishop can just go out whenever it wants, and I really have no issues. I will probably win one of these pawns, but even if not, yeah, it's just fine. I can figure out he probably needs to give up the bishop, which he did actually. So he gave up the bishop, and after this is definitely good for me. I mean, even the computer agrees with this. So let's just go back and see how he could have prevented this. So what explained this minus 0.93 to 0.27 jump, and this is the move bishop b4 check. Now I saw this move, I thought, okay, it's just a check, who cares? But the point is, after this, he has the move h6, and now suddenly, if I play bishop f3, which was my idea initially, so here, for example, if he plays h6, I have bishop f3, and I'm fine with black. It's totally with white. It's totally fine. If this doesn't, if this isn't good, so this h6 doesn't work because the queen doesn't have a good place to go, right? It has to go away. And then the next move I can play, this, right? So this would have been fine, but bishop b4 check, right? I have to move the knight back, because of course after bishop f3 he just takes Wait, what? Yeah, he can take that. That's the point, because if I take this guy, I still have a piece on praise, right? So I think, yeah, I think it's just. Can you even take the e5 pawn? Wait, suddenly the computer doesn't agree. Bishop d3. I'm sorry. Queen d4. Okay, then what's up? The bishop d2? What else do you want to do? Ah, I don't get it. Queen g2? Now, if I play bishop f3, what's the big deal? Now, you can take g5, but I don't get it. I don't get it. I've looked at this position before. Hmm. I think this whole analysis is pretty bad here, so I have to just go somewhere else, or Queen g2. Yeah, bishop f3, no? Now it says it's equal. I mean, I don't. Okay, let's not look at this. This was apparently maybe not so bad. What's up? But I think it's okay. My phone. I have the game on my phone. I'm sorry. Just a sec. Uh, oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Bishop d. Bishop b4 check. Bishop d2, and now bishop e7. Yeah, this was the main point. So it's kind of this tricky tactic thing that black can sometimes do. In some openings you have this maneuver: bishop b4 check, bishop d2, bishop back. And now again, so the main point is um, the knight is on prise. It's not on prise, but yeah. So bishop f3. Yeah, the pawn is on prise. So queen takes d4. That's the point. And this is much better for black. Like it's still you have two more pawns on prise. So this isn't gonna work. So this is the point. Bishop b4 check, bishop d2, bishop back. Now, yeah, this kind of stuff, it happens in like the Catalan and Queen's Indian and a few more openings. And white basically white puts here something on d2, and then black just says, okay, that's fine, I'm just going right back. And mission accomplished, says the bishop, and goes back. So after after what he did, I'm suddenly quite good here. So bishop takes e4. Now he just played bishop e7, and here I had well, okay, first I just castled, right? I castled, and now he didn't know what to do, so he actually played knight a6, which is I mean, he wants to get rid of this weird stuff on c6. c6 is a bit weak, and he didn't know what to do, so he wants to do something like this: rook to c8, and then maybe knight to d5 in two moves. But yeah, he also needs to castle, So he has a little bit of an issue here. And I haven't won back my pawn, but it's really totally fine. So I have now a choice. I wanted to move my queen, which is fine, and now I have three different choices actually. With my queen, I have queen e2, queen f3, or queen g4. Actually, all three are fine, so I'm not gonna give you like as a big puzzle. Actually, all three are perfectly fine. Uh, in the spirit of the opening, probably queen g4 is the closest. And I will show you in a second, but I just want to say that I played queen e2. This is what I played. Now just like just a very quick sample line here with queen g4. Now the computer actually wants to play king f8, which I mean clearly you don't want to play that as black, but so because of course castles I just win the exchange. This must be winning for me basically. I still will have a bishop left and I will still have some pressure against c6. This is just very good. And king g8, I mean king f8, I mean what? I don't even know. I mean just f4, f5. I can play bishop e3. Like we don't need to analyze this. Like I don't. Bishop e3, f4, f5, rook f2, the other rook here. Whatever. I mean this is clearly better for me. Even I can see this. But somehow I thought I found a cleaner solution to everything. I'm gonna win back the pawn and retain pressure. And it sounds like, yeah, it's a bit like scared way of playing or whatever, and then not in the spirit of the position, which is fine. Actually, that's actually true. But it's actually not a bad move, queen e2 in and of itself. He played knight c7. Mm, he played knight c7. I took. And now he played knight d5. And here I should just... Well, he had to do it because I was threatening to take on c6. And now I should just play something very normal, like the computer wants to play queen d3, preventing him from castling at the moment because of h7. Now, I don't know, we don't need to analyze this too much, but um, clearly I have some kind of pressure here. I won back my pawn, which is fine. I have pressure on the c-file, pressure here, and I have the bishop pair, nice and yellow. So this must be better for me, if not much better. So I think it's the only thing he can show for all this stuff is let's say green is also positive color. The no, not the bishop. Sorry, the knight. The knight is pretty good there. So I don't know. This must be pretty good here. But for some reason I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I don't want to play against this stupid knight. I just want to take it off. And this is actually a pretty awful move. So I just took it off. He took it with the c-pawn. And now let's look at this position. So actually I took it off with the idea, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna make a draw. I had a feeling that maybe I was a bit better, but I just, honestly, 100%, I just didn't feel like playing that position. I thought, yeah, that knight is just gonna annoy me forever. It's defending b4, it's doing various stuff. I'm gonna blunder something, just gonna snap off that knight. It's gonna be a draw. We have one open file, the c file, and kind of equal material and everything. The only issue, which I didn't really appreciate that much, is that this bishop is kind of the bad bishop because kind of these two pawns are on dark squares. Now, whether or not that's a big issue, I don't know. I know that I did have to suffer quite a bit the next few moves. Okay, let's see. So c takes d5, and now I had to think for a while. I thought for like 20 minutes here. My longest think. Of course, I should have thought more before bishop takes d5. That's true, but I didn't, so now it was too late. I was thinking of queen b5 and exchanging queens. Actually, it's not a bad move. I just played queen d3. It's a long thing. So I can show you what happens. Actually, this position, it looks a bit weird to double the pawns. Les pions doublés, or whatever it's called. But of course, the reason why you would do this is that you will get some kind of a pressure down the A file. Yeah, so you would have this pressure. The bishop is still bad, so the bishop still can't really move about, but I will just play with my rooks and see what happens. The computer really thinks it's kind of equal, actually. Now, I don't know. I wanted to play this with the idea of playing b6, but that's totally wrong. So once I realized how stupid b6 is, because he just plays a5 and he has these passed pawns, well, one of them will be passed, then I realized, okay, well, then let's just forget about it. But apparently it's a pretty equal position. Let's say he castles. Oops. It doesn't really matter. Castles, bishop d2. He can play, let's say, just let's try to make some kind of a plan here. Rook here. I have rook a5, I think. Oh no, I'm sorry, no. I just play actively here. So if you ever play something like this, it's actually a pretty bad move. Yeah, I'm just playing this, and I'm even better here. So I'm winning this pawn, and I'm controlling both of the open files, right? So this is a pretty bad move. Yeah, so the bishop is under attack, the pawn is under attack. I will have pressure on the 7th and so on. So this is a pretty simple thing. Just play active, pretty basic, right? So actually, the computer suggests is b3. Why would you play that? Now, okay, let's say bishop d8. Yeah, that makes more sense. Bishop d8, and now I think bishop takes, and now bishop takes, and um, rook takes, and now bishop c3. Of course, it looks like a pawn, but what are you gonna do here with black? Honestly, it's just nothing here. Like there's simply nothing going on. This is probably a draw. Anyway, and various variations like this. Actually, queen b5 wasn't bad, but queen d3 was also not bad. And now, like there's a lot of moves now coming, so I will try to hurry it up. Queen d3, castles, f4. So I was thinking of playing f5 here. It's probably a really good idea if he lets me. Well, he didn't let me. He played g6. No, I wasn't gonna play g4. That would be a little bit annoying. Not annoying, a little bit bad. Okay, bishop e3. Oh, sorry, no, bishop d2. Bishop d2. Bishop d2. a5. Yeah, not much to say about this. A5. I played b3 here, so the issue was here that a4 is always under attack. So actually, we're kind of both preparing to get to c8 and c1. But if I put too many rooks on c1, let's say a4 will fall. So actually, I just played b3. Of course, so in principle it weakens c3, but there is my bishop here. Of course, it looks a bit stupid looking at these pawns. Well, it's not looking at this pawn at the moment, but you see what I mean. But I mean, it can just cover c3 at the moment, so that's a good idea. And the other bishop will not really be able to come in. So this is kind of my whole plan here. Try to cover all the squares and just assume that he can't break in. So I just realized this is a little bit unpleasant here. So let's just try to cover. So rook fc8. Okay, so let's let's hurry up a bit. Rook a c1, queen a7. So I don't want to take rook here because I don't want the bishop to stay on c1. Then he can attack it with, let's say, queen c7 or something. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna wait, just gonna relax here. Queen a7, bishop e3, bishop d8. So he wants to attack d4. And now I just realized, okay, you know what? Actually, I don't think you can break through here. So I just started moving stuff. Rook fe1, queen b7, rook f1. So you see, this is my big plan. Now he tried this, so now he's gonna kind of take over the C file, but it's kind of a questionable thing, like, well, not questionable, but will you actually take over the file? Yes. Takes, rook c1, rook c6, and now whatever I do, he's gonna be able to do something on the C file. So I just took, he took, and now you can see that the C file is his. At the moment, it is his. So the entry squares, right? These three. I don't know how to mark the things, but these are the three entry squares. I need to protect them all three. And at the moment they are protected. So I just said, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come with my king. Just do this and protect them with my king. And also then I can play queen c2. So this is exactly what I did. I couldn't really see what he was gonna do, so I just started moving this. King f2, king f8, king e2, king e8. I'm not quite sure what he was doing with his king, but yeah, he also was obviously out of ideas to some extent. King d2, bishop b6. Okay, so he wants to attack d4. That's fine. Queen c2, queen a8. He played. I said, okay. The only thing he can try to do is do this. Queen a6, and then somewhere on this diagonal. Of course, I'm not totally bad at chess, although it's not necessarily proven, but so I kind of saw it. So I just said, okay, well, let's see. Queen c2, queen c6, sorry, queen d3, queen c6, and now, yeah, we repeat it twice. Queen c2, queen a8. So I obviously wasn't playing for more than a draw. Queen d3, and now he played queen a7. So I'm pretty sure, or was this already three times? No, because he played the bishop. Okay, so wait, this is once, twice. Oh no, no, no. Okay, so he could have done it, but he didn't. Okay, no, I'm going crazy. Okay, queen d3, queen a7. So now he's attacking d4, and I can't do queen c2 again because he's gonna take. Although maybe it's still okay. I don't know. I would have needed to calculate all that, and maybe it's not. Yeah, I didn't want to calculate anything, because if I calculate, it's just an issue. So I just gave this check. I'm actually curious what happens if I really do that. If I really do this. Queen c2. If he takes this, if he takes, there's this check. What's up with this check? King f8. He's just getting away, right? Okay, no, not this. Then what he wanted to do is queen all the way up here. King e7. And he wants to what? Take? Take. That's a check, so that's very dangerous. Yeah, so this is the kind of calculation I didn't want to do at the board. It's very error prone. It's really no reason. As far as I could see, he couldn't get in, so I was just protecting the c file and getting ready for, well, not action, but yeah, just for his assault. Okay, queen b5 check, king f8. Of course, this wasn't necessary, but queen d3, and now he played h5. Now, I mean, if I let this through, then later on in the endgame, he might have some kind of a route like this with his king. I don't know if you can see the last arrow, but the point is he might have this. So actually I just played very quickly. I just played h4. So it's true, yeah. You can see these are all dark squares. But you can also think, okay, well, how on earth is he gonna come in with his king? He needs to come in with his king at some point. Without his king, I simply put 3 defenders, and he has 2 attackers. So especially if we exchange queens, just with the bishop kind of pointing at d4, he will never get in. So he needs to break through somehow. And well, let's see if he managed. So h4, king g7. Oops, no. So actually you see that his king went from g8, he went to d7, and now back to g7. So it was kind of like kind of snooping around. g3, king f8. And also you can see this is move 39, and he was actually in some kind of a time trouble. Not too bad. He had about 10 minutes for the last 5 moves. So I mean that's not bad at all. It's just a little bit less than average. On average we had 1 hour 30 minutes for 40 moves. So what is that? 2 minutes 25. So 2 minutes 15. So actually it's kind of he played kind of normal tempo, and I played quite fast. And hereabouts he had maybe like 2 minutes or 3 minutes for the last 3 moves. So actually he was happy when we were doing this perpetual, almost drawing repetition. So actually it was kind of in his favor, but I mean, what else can I do other than repeat? King f8, bishop f2. So I just said, okay, well, this bishop actually doesn't matter if it's a e3, f2, g1. It's the same difference. Bishop f2, king g7. So now we made time control. We got half an hour more, and we kept shuffling. Okay, bishop e3, bishop d8, queen c2. I want to get in, right? Bishop b6. I said, oh, okay. Queen d3. Oh, really? This was 3 times. Oh, that's really funny. I should have claimed a draw here. Oh, I didn't. Of course, the question was where was this king? I mean, I obviously had no idea. I should have looked this up. Okay, well, let's. I think I can play on here. Queen d3, queen b7. Oh, come on. Queen b7. Huh. Queen. Wait. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no. Sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Queen c2. He didn't play that. He played 42. He played Queen a6. Does that make sense? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of this now, but yeah, it wasn't apparently Queen a6, Queen d3. Of course, like he wants to get in, right? But I can just always cover that diagonal. So Queen d3, Queen b7, Queen c2. But I kind of feel like, yeah, I don't know. Queen a7. I just played. Did he really play that? I can come in with the queen. Okay, it doesn't matter. No, sorry. Sorry, I got lost. There was a lot of shuffling. Queen c2, bishop b6. Queen d3, Queen a2. So this was really for 3 times. It was literally 3 times. This is the same position as we had twice, but okay. I think so, but doesn't matter. Queen d3, Queen a7, Bishop f2. I said, it's fine, I don't care. And now finally he made this move, f6. So it's kind of a risky move in a way, but just came back. Bishop e3, King f7. And now I wanted to have my bishop on e3. I will show you why. He took, and now I kept the symmetry, right? F takes e. And now the point is my bishop is attacking h6. So if my queen ever gets, let's say somehow here, because his queen got somehow here, then I will have some kind of attacking chances here, because his king doesn't have any escape square from my queen, so I can even check him from b7, c8, d7, e8. He can never hide on h6. Okay, f takes e5, f takes e5, king g7. So he was conscious of what's going on. King g7, so his king is kind of stuck now. King g7, king d2, shuffling, 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 queen c7, and now I played queen c2. And now he just decided to swap. Okay, swap. And he saw one more idea, g5. It's kind of a cool idea. Temporarily sacking a pawn. I won't get into the details. I just took with the pawn, hg. Yeah, he took. I came. At the moment it's protected, but of course he can always attack. King f5. I could play king e2. King e2, he played bishop d8. Of course, now you can see that the computer is super convinced that it's a draw. Of course, if he does something like this, I actually win. Because this bishop is not in time to cover this square. So, actually I'm like, okay, mate in 10. Yeah, so this is obviously not good. So this is why I could afford to play king e2. Bishop d8, and now king f3. And he took on g5. Now I have a decision to make. His bishop is kind of threatening to come in, right? So I should take it, right? Well, actually I just realized that if I don't take it, it's a pretty obvious draw still. Like if I don't take it, this king on f3 keeps out the other king. So I'm protecting e4 and g4, and it's a light square, so actually this bishop can never get to my king. And so I just played bishop f2. Very calm. I thought, okay, well, come on in, I don't care. These pawns are immune, they're on light squares, and this pawn I'm gonna just protect. There's nothing you can do about it. So this bishop can't get in here to attack g3. So I don't know how he can do anything. Now, out of curiosity, so I had an idea actually. I had an inkling during the game that I can actually draw this too, and that's true actually. Even though it looks like he has some kind of a space advantage here with the king, so his king is more active. There's actually very little I can do to lose here. I can even play this. If he plays this, let's say, for example, if he ever plays h4, I can take and his king can't get in. Whenever he comes to f5, I need to have the king on f3. That's true, because otherwise, so this is the key position that he can't get into to e4. That's where he would like to go. And let's say if he so if he ever does this, this is still a total draw. Like I can't make a mistake. He can't make a mistake either. The only way he could I could make a mistake is if I do I don't even know how to make this mistake. Yeah, like this. This is actually lost. This is the only thing that I can lose. Yeah, this is lost now, but only after king f5. I can't stop him from getting into e4. So I can still do this, but now he's actually getting in. I have, again, this is the space disadvantage that sometimes happens in pawn endings. I still need to protect e4, but now I have to give way. And he actually wins everything. So this is the only thing I can do, but yeah, this is actually tough. I had to think for a second how I can allow this. So he saw something like this. But even here, I just come in just in time. I only just have to remember to keep this opposition, right? Okay, so this is the total draw, and let's see what happened actually. Bishop f2, bishop d2, bishop g5, sorry, bishop g1, bishop g5, bishop f2, bishop d8, bishop e3, bishop g5, and actually this position has been repeated 3 times. I think this one. Wait, let me see. Oh, actually, this was already there, so I'm not quite sure why I didn't claim earlier. So this is first. Oh, I don't know, maybe not. So, but this is the first one, second one, third one. So there you go. The draw, it was kind of maybe a boring draw, but for me it was quite exciting. I needed to protect kind of my whole position. I needed to put the pawns there and figure out how to keep him out. This is actually kind of a common thing that the bishop, like, it's kind of the bad bishop and whatever, but if you need to play against the bad bishop with your own supposedly good bishop, you need to get behind the pawns with your bishop and your king. So actually, if your king can't like, or from my point of view, if I can keep his king out of the position, I will probably be fine. And this is exactly what happened here. I think there was a game. I was gonna look this up. Carlson, I think Rajabov, candidates, maybe London. I remember this. Carlson Rajabov. I think it was a draw. Yeah, I think it's. Was it this game, or am I just going for something totally crazy? No, it's not this game at all. This is my great chess culture, yeah. Or was it then the other one that he actually did win? This is a famous game that he was never supposed to lose. Um, no, it's like it has knights on and stuff. No, this is totally different. There was a game, Carlsen against somebody, where Carlsen just put all his pawns on his own bishop's color, and he just held the draw very easily. Like, it was a total draw. I don't know then against who it was. I think it was in this candidates tournament, but whatever. I've been going on for almost an hour here, so I will just stop right now. Thanks for watching. I don't know who watched this, but at least, yeah, at least I played a decent game, except for in the opening, a bit imprecise, I would say. But yeah, what can you do? It was a good game in general. I don't know. Well, thanks for watching. I don't know if this helped anybody, but yeah, thanks a lot.